the other bit of the checklist. Alright, you can go ahead and walk me through safety, everything.
Yes,
that the pre-flight is done.
So,
I like to take the tie downs off when I'm doing my walk around.
Okay.
So you know you won't forget them.
Okay, I will do next time. Okay, so seatbelts needs to be fastened just like an airliner. I believe this is just like an airliner. They, if you pull up the buckle, they will unbuckle, I would say, and they need to be fastened. And during the critical phase of the flight, so takeoff, landing, and taxiing. I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah, of course.
And afterward, we have air vents that are up here. Let's go. Okay. Sorry. Air vents that are up here. We can unscrew them to open it, and we can direct them towards us. But in this occasion, there's kind of cold outside, so we want them to be closed. And the fire extinguisher, it's under the seat. So if in an emergency, in occasion of emergency, I can ask, as a pilot in command, I can ask you to hold it, and or use it in any way.
So on that, it's more of in the unlikely event of an emergency, so fire extinguishers.
I believe it's under the seat.
Yeah, but under the seat. I will act as PIC and maintain positive control of the aircraft. I may or may not give you a task to do depending on the nature of the emergency. Because it's like, as PIC, you're not assigning stuff because you're the one you're the one in charge, but you're the PIC, so you're flying the plane.
So I can ask you to do something with it.
Yeah, so it's like, as PIC, I'll maintain positive control of the aircraft. I may give you a task to do depending on the nature of the emergency. Understood.
And I'm making sure the two main exits are the doors on our side. Again, if we had to exit the aircraft, we use these two main exits. And we try to, well, if you see any traffic, please point it out, even if it's obvious. And if we try to the talking, we try to establish the talking to a minimum, keep the talking to a minimum, during the critical phase of the flight, so during takeoff, landing, and taxiing. And are there any questions?
Yeah, nice job.
Okay, so before start, checklist, brakes, test and set, circuit breakers, they're all in, and off, avionics power off, mix. Okay, so before start checklist completed, start engine checklist. So mixture rich, carburetor heat cold, prime as required. I believe it's hot already, so
I'll just give it one shot.
Okay. Master switch on. Okay. Beacon on. Throttle open. Quarter of an inch. Propeller air clear. Clear. And very clear. Mission switch. Okay. Put on the brakes and put the brake.
next we have flaps, retract, so up, radius on, so continue.
Fuel on forward, right here.
Yeah, we have to, it's 21.
But only 20 is usable
Okay,
on each
good.
side, so 40. Or you can press the full button.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yep, and it puts it automatic. If the full button doesn't work, you just have to manually type in 40.
Understood. So continue again and map, and we zoom in.
Cool.
Let's and mixture adjust. We will definitely
Go ahead and do like a couple.
Right.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And that's probably good enough.
Okay. ATIS and AWAS obtained and clearance afterwards. So
All right. What's the 126.0? What frequency is that?
that is the okay. That's oh no, it's the tower.
Yep.
Okay.
And then what's 121.7?
121.7 is the ground.
Yep.
And it's the ATIS.
And what's 19.1?
Approach.
Yep. Exactly. Nice job.
Okay. So I can go here the
2925. This is approach news, runway 252316. No star emissions, read back, hold short instructions. Activity is not reported. Advise you contact your officer. Confirmation, Oscar, Star 1530, observation, wind 0306, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 3, dew point -6, altimeter 2925. This is approach news, runway 252316. No star emissions, read back, hold short instructions. Activity is not reported. Advise you contact your officer. Confirmation, Oscar, Star 1530, observation, wind 0306, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 3, dew point -6, altimeter 2925. This is approach news, runway 252316, no star emissions, read back, hold short instructions, activity is not reported, advise you contact your officer.
so I believe we have everything.
What's the wind?
0306 knots.
Yep, and what's the altimeter?
Wind 0306, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 3, dew point -6, altimeter 2925. This is approach news, runway 252316, no star emissions, read back, hold short instructions,
Got it.
activity is not reported, advise you contact your officer.
All right.
So not much wind. Okay.
030 at 6. 6 knots of wind.
It's a lot for smaller airplanes. Probably.
6 is it's not nothing. It's something though.
Okay. Okay. So next thing is we have to taxi to.
Yeah, before we don't want to taxi in front of them and then block them. So go ahead. What are the radio calls going to be?
Oh, for the first one it's gonna be Ameriground Skyhawk November 52654 at Wings of Freedom with Oscar. Request shoreline departure with deviation and squawk code.
And they say Skyhawk 52654 Ameriground. Taxi runway 25 via Alpha Kilo. Altitude deviation upon request. Departure frequency 119.1, squawk 0124.
Okay, and we have to reply taxi to runway 25 via Alpha Kilo, squawk code 0124.
Yep, and squawk, and departure frequency
119.
Yeah, whenever they give us, don't worry about writing that down. Whenever they give us the squawk code, I'll press it in. So then you'll go 25 Alpha Kilo, departure frequency 119.1, and then I'll have the squawk code in, so you'll just read off the numbers there.
Okay.
Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
Cool, I'm just gonna taxi us forward here since they're not moving yet. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and talk to ground.
Straight back.
Okay.
So can I practice one more time?
Yep.
So it's gonna be Murray Ground Skyhawk number 52654. So freedom with Oscar. Request shoreline departure deviation and Scott code.
Yep.
Okay. And then it's gonna be
Don't even worry about the second part. Just get the
Okay.
first one.
Murray Ground Skyhawk number 52654. At wings of freedom with Oscar. Request shoreline departure and deviation and Scott code.
That's 52654, middle ground, runway 25, taxi via Alpha Kilo, shoreline departure, operation request, James Park frequency 118.6, squawk 0146.
Taxi to runway 25 via Alpha Kilo, departure frequency 118.6 and squawk code 0146, November 52654. Thank you.
Nice job.
Okay, my controls?
Your controls? Not so bad, right?
Not too bad. Just you have to get used to it. So
Yep, and that's what I was pointing at. I was like, just say these numbers and we'll be okay. Alright. Let's find that center line.
Middle ground, Taylor Craft, November 357. So Tango's holding short runway 23 with Oscar. Wanted to do touch and goes on 25.
And then the wind's coming across, so we go into the wind, right?
Okay.
If it was behind us, you run away from it.
Tango.
makes sense.
Telegraph 77, taking orders to information, Oscar. Runway 23, just about tower 1 ready.
I've got Oscar, advise 23 and ready. So Tango.
Just before the light.
Yep, so let's go ahead and slow down here. And then we'll slowly go to the right. And slow down, tap those brakes. Reduce the power as needed.
Middle ground, Skyhawk 5295.
There you go. And then back to the left here.
Shoreline departure, squawk.
Maybe another more or
Yep, it's a little bit more.
Middle ground, shoreline
going.
departure, additional request.
And right here.
26, squawk 0160.
okay.
Runway 25, taxi via Alpha
And
Kilo.
let's make sure we idle.
Okay. So and taxi checks, brake, instruments, and you had to check it. Turn back credit. So cabin doors closed and locked. Good on my side.
Good on my side.
Flag some controls
Not
free.
above ground, I'm sorry, I didn't get the read
25 Alpha Kilo, squawk in 0160, 52956.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay. Okay. And rudder. Oh, sorry. Kinda hard to tell.
It's it, right?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Flight controls free and correct. Elevator trim. Okay, so it's gonna be okay. It's fine. Yeah. All right. Flight instruments check. So we have this speed indicator is at 0 as this one too, so that is fine. The altitude indicator it's fine, and altimeter 150. I would say I'm on here.
Yeah, that's good to me.
And go more to this one. We have to check that one.
Talk me through each one here.
Okay.
So, vertical speed.
Yeah, it's at 0, so it's fine. As this
Middle
one
ground,
too.
Skyhawk 959 Alpha, UAA with information. Oscar, request taxi runway
one.
25 for inlet departure, squawking company.
250 then compass.
Call the middle ground again.
959 Uniform Alpha at UAA with information Oscar. Request taxi runway 25.
It's not touch screen, so if it shows that, you just have to press in. So, yep, 250, nice job. Turn coordinator.
We have to check the one.
Yep, no leaks, cracks, looks good.
And bubble. The actual
The
one.
bubble's fine, just no leaks, cracks is what we're looking for.
959 Uniform Alpha.
And well, flight instruments check and set. Fuel quantity, it's fine. Oh, well, sorry. Well, mixture reach. So,
I'm sorry, what you say working?
throttle to 1000.
Oh, we just turned off 34 here. We're like taxi to last.
4 to Charlie, that's back. And taxi Charlie November to the left.
Charlie November before the trip.
And we have to check the magnetos, so right magnetos. There's 2 clicks. Okay, so it's yeah about 100. Yeah. So back on both and back to left magnetos and 50ish.
Okay.
And back on both. And throttle to
So make sure we're
engine,
following.
yeah, engine instruments. So fuel pressure is still fine, and oil temperature is still on the green, and ammeter is at 0.
Perfect.
And suction gauge, we will have one, I believe. The suction gauge.
Yep, no suction gauge. If there was one, it would
Okay.
be in there. But because we have the other,
Okay, makes sense. And carburetor heat check. So and
so go ahead and pull the carb heat back,
okay.
and then throttle the idle.
So the line.
You're at hotel, just going over to Crowley.
And back to
Then carb heat back in.
To Park in.
and back to 1000.
Alright, I'll taxi over to
Exactly.
Crowley, it's via November 8th.
And throttle radius set. So now we have to talk to tower. So come 1. Okay. And transponder and avionics set.
Tailcraft 77 Tango, runway 25, clear touch and go.
25 cleared, touch and go, 7
We'll
Tango.
eventually turn on the light, strobe and landing light when you get off. And throttle friction, always fine, we'll say. And wings flap
And we're doing a regular takeoff, so we don't need any.
Windows latch,
Good on my side.
and takeoff briefing complete and clear substation.
Takeoff briefing.
Okay. So if we have an engine failure and takeoff before we rotate and with runway remaining, we'll continue to we'll secure the engine and apply max brakes and stop the plane as soon as possible. If we have an engine failure before we rotate without runway remaining, we'll still apply max brakes and secure the lane and have positive control the aircraft and secure the engine as needed. And if we have an engine failure after we rotate with runway remaining, we will land the plane, continue to be on the runway, and have a positive control the aircraft and secure the engine as needed. And if we have an engine failure after we rotate without runway remaining below TPA, we will look 30 degrees in our vision, I would say, and we choose the best spot to land. And if we have an engine failure after we rotate without remaining above the TPA, we will land at the airport, this on the other or the runway.
Nice job. Sounds good to me. Go ahead and taxi us on up.
So,
Don't see anyone around.
Mel Tower, 85 Quebec, reporting multi.
This 85 Quebec, continue.
Continue for final.
Tailcraft 77
Alright,
Tango.
guys gotta pull the power, and right rudder, pull that power back. Then we're just
tracking
rolling up,
D3,
right?
follow that, so Tango.
Community Niner Uniform Alpha, the traffic ahead is extending a little bit. Follow them on your inlet, runway 25, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 25, clear for takeoff, 9 units above. Let's follow that traffic, 9 units above.
Sky K5, Quebec.
What's the next call?
Clear to land.
It's gonna be Mirror Tower, Skyhawk November 52654,
approaching Boniface.
holding short, runway 25 at Kilo Ready.
Sky 168, number 2, follow
Yep,
them, runway
as-
25, clear touch and go, then make left traffic.
You get ready to say that, and I'll tell you when.
Mirror Tower, Skyhawk November 52654, holding short, runway 25 at Kilo Ready.
Sky 52654, Merrill Tower, 3 arrivals, full short runway 25.
Short 25654.
Cessna 7 Zulu November, extend downwind, I'll call your base, traffic will hold in.
Alright, so there's a couple planes coming in, so we have a second here. So, whenever he clears us, what is that going to sound like?
It's gonna, it will say, Skyhawk number 52654, clear for takeoff, running 25, you will say the wing also, but we don't have to repeat it, and we'll say deviation,
Deviation approved.
deviation approved, and I don't know the rest.
It'll just be a Sky 52654, Merrill Tower, clear for takeoff, runway 25, wind 330 at 6. Deviation approved, fly the short line departure, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Then it's just cleared for takeoff, 25, deviation approved, 654. Cleared for takeoff, the runway number, 25,
Tailcraft 77
Deviation
Tango, you're on the
approved.
right downwind, about over clutch to your
654.
head.
And if it's anything other than that, I'll do the readback.
So can I try that
Tango,
readback?
okay,
So
I'm not quite
it's
sure
gonna
how
be-
you ended up there. You were supposed to be on the left traffic following the Cessna 150 that's on the other side
hold
there. It's continue downwind.
Continue downwind, my bad. Cessna Tango.
Okay. So it's gonna be clear for takeoff, running 25, deviation approved, and Skyhawk November 52654.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Cessna 85 Quebec, turn left at Echo, kind ground.
Turn left at Echo, contacting ground, 85 Quebec.
Sky Igniter uniform out, contact English departure.
Oh, departure, Northern Southwest.
Cessna 7 Zulu November, turn base, expect clearance on final.
Turn base, expect clearance on final 7 Zulu November.
Tailcraft 77 Tango, you're not painting very well on my radar. Traffic left base just east of Boniface, a Cessna, report them in sight.
Code for traffic, Cessna Tango.
Sky 654, runway 25, line up and wait, traffic base over Boniface.
Final wait, 25654.
Merrill Tower, Cessna 7946 Foxtrot is overhead Eagle River Bridge at 27.
Got to turn our lights on.
Get down with Oscar. Traffic inside Cessna Tango.
Tailcraft 77 Tango, number 2, follow them, clearance in a moment.
Number 2, follow your plan to clear exit. Cessna Tango.
Sky 654, unable altitude deviation, inlet departure approved if you would prefer, runway 25, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 25, looks like the inlet, 654.
Cessna 7 Zulu November, runway 25, cleared touch and
Alright,
go.
lights on, full power.
25 cleared touch and go, 7 Zulu November.
Tailcraft 77 Tango, number 2, runway 25, cleared touch and go.
25 clear touch and go, Cessna Tango.
Cessna 7946
Switch to the
Foxtrot,
green, airspeed
turn
terminal live, looking for 55.
Straight in, 25, report Muldoon, 4th Foxtrot. Merrill Tower, Skyhawk 52950.
So that's that wind blowing us right now.
Sky 52950 Mount Tower, roger, multiple arrival.
And we got cleared for the inlet departure, so we're going to do that box. Okay.
Sky 168, extend downwind, traffic will hold in position.
168.
And right here we can start our left.
Tailcraft 77 Tango, do you have any lights?
Say again, Cessna Tango.
Tailcraft 77 Tango, do you have any lights? You're a little hard to see out there.
I've got my nav and beacon on, Cessna Tango.
Okay, thanks.
Alright. And once we're over, I believe it's 15th Avenue here, we can go ahead and keep this turn. We've done the inlet before, right?
I believe so.
Probably been a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Bells with the Hawk 8160 Whiskey, holding short 25.
Look how much this wind is blowing us. So we actually have to correct
Roger, number 2 for departure.
Okay.
like this. Because the wind's blowing us. We're going straight right now. Look how much it's blowing. And as soon as we hit 1,300 feet, we'll do a left turn.
Says 46 Foxtrot. Are you 2 miles northeast of Moose Run now?
Position check, 46 Foxtrot.
Says 46 Foxtrot. Roger, thanks. Continue.
Continue inbound, 46 Foxtrot.
Alright. Look at that. We have 20 knots of headwind right now. Now, this last turn, go ahead. And there's the Delaney Park Strip.
Traffic down.
And we'll get level with that.
Start up wait, N52654.
And we'll keep this climb going to 2,300 feet.
A little more.
Yep, and we want to be at 76 knots. So push the nose
Tango
down a little to
left
speed
traffic,
us
follow
up.
the one on crosswind.
Left traffic, follow the airplane on crosswind, Cessna Tango, and I'd like to land on 23.
Niner 50, unable altitude deviation, inlet departure approved if you'd like it. Follow the Taylor craft, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 25 on the inlet, Niner 50.
Sky 168, turn base.
Turn base, 168.
Sky 60 Whiskey, runway 25, line up and wait.
No, we pushed a little too much. Let's go ahead and steer like another
Line up and wait.
6 degrees to the right.
System 72 November, extend downwind, expect to follow traffic.
The wind's really coming down.
And downwind, 72 November.
Here comes 23.
Okay, so
Taylor craft 77 Tango, Roger, you can expect runway 23. You able to remain south of the runway 25 final?
I can remain south at 25,
Go
Cessna Tango.
ahead.
Thank
Be
you.
a right turn.
Sky 654, contacting departure.
departure 654.
Let's get back to 23. Let's keep this turn going here. This wind's really, look how close we are to the other airspace. Here, stick your hands on the controls real quick. Yeah, see, so feel that nose up trim. That's what we were talking about last time. If you feel like you're fighting it, it's because you are. We can. So all I did there was just a little bit nose down trim, and now it doesn't want to. We're not fighting it anymore, right?
Medevac 771 Delta Tango.
All right, your controls.
160.
All right, just kind of keep pushing us down. Maybe reduce the power a little to get us to 2,300.
Medevac 1 Delta Tango.
English Departure Sky 52654, 2 to the southeast, sleeper strip 2,300.
November 52654, anchorage departure, radar contact, maintain VFR.
VFR 654.
There you go. Nice job. Alright, and my controls real quick.
Different controls.
So you're going to put this on.
Okay.
So this is called the hood or foggle. So it can be called a lot of different things. So this is going to be some simulated instrument time. So this is going to be our lesson 3 that we skipped because we finished 1, 2, and 4. And it wants you to just get used to the flight controls with just by flying with reference to the instrument. So you can't see outside anymore, right?
Right.
So now you can only see your instruments.
Okay.
So we're going to try to maintain about 2,300, and we'll go ahead and do a right turn, like 3, 4, 5 roughly.
Okay.
The plane's relatively
relatively
tripped out right now. I'll respond to all the radio calls, and I'm gonna have you fly the plane.
Okay.
So your controls?
My controls.
Your controls.
959 Uniform Alpha.
November 91 Whiskey, traffic 12 o'clock, 4 miles, opposite direction, Cessna 2,300.
Departure Econ 761,300, calling 4,000.
Econ 760 departure, radar contact, clear direct Talkeetna, climb maintain, followable 200.
Direct Talkeetna 200, Econ 760. Traffic in sight, 9 Uniform Alpha.
Thank you.
Anchorage departure 752-950, 1 mile south of Tip Creek at 2,300.
Medevac 771 Delta Tango, contact approach 126.4.
Alright, 26-4, 1 Delta Tango, have yourself a good afternoon.
Delta, we'll see. Alaska 9664, amend altitude, maintain 6,000.
Maintain 6,000, Alaska 9664. Here's approach, 55169, we're back with you. We're flying forward. This approach is on 7 in the Big Lake.
Number 55169, approach, welcome back, maintain VFR, your radar contact, mile west of Big Lake Airport, 2,100.
Alright, maintain VFR, 1 time. Extra approach, Skyhawk 8160 Whiskey, 1 mile south of Beaver Strip, 2,500, heading to the practice area.
November 8160 Whiskey, Anchorage departure, radar contact, traffic 12 o'clock in 1 mile, same direction, south.
Nice job, you're holding that real well.
Traffic inside, Skyhawk 8160 Whiskey.
52950, you up with me?
So, for this gets into instrument flying a little bit here.
Okay.
So you don't want to fixate on one instrument. So there's multiple ways to develop an instrument scan. I like to do the inverse V, so it's like this, back, then you're same deal, you're looking, and you're just kind of always looking through. That's a popular one. The main thing, you're just looking, so it's like, okay, we're straight and level, we're not in a turn, then come back here, okay,
Are you here?
straight and level,
2950 approach, radar contact,
heading looks good,
east of Sleeper Strip,
back
northbound
over here,
2,600,
you're not in a climb, so you're just always scanning to make sure you're not climbing or descending.
Cherokee 91 Whiskey, traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles, opposite direction, Cessna 2,300. Number 52654, traffic 12 to 11 o'clock, 3 miles southbound, crashing to Cherokee at 2,000.
Inside 614.
Thank you.
Anchorage approach is a 959 Uniform Alpha, request for Big Lake VOR 7 practice approach.
Number 959, you're from Alpha, VFR practice approach approved, no separation services provided, maintain VFR.
Maintain VFR 9 Uniform Alpha.
Yukon 760.
Alright, go ahead and maintain present heading.
133.
Okay, let's descend down to 2,000 feet.
Alaska 9664. Contact, actually, contact approach 126.4, 26.4. He'll have the sequence for you.
First 26.4, Alaska 9664. Anchorage departure 7100, 7 2,000.
Giant 334, heavy turn left heading 270.
Turn left heading 270, Giant 334.
Cherokee 91 Whiskey, traffic 12 o'clock, 3 miles northbound, Skyhawk at 3,000, traffic 11 o'clock, 2 miles northbound, Skyhawk 2,500. Lima Whiskey, altitude deviation approved. Contact rail tower. You have going.
Here's approach number 55169. We're headed direct Beaver to shoot the on-up for into Wakaba.
November 52950. Traffic pass. Actually, disregard traffic no factor.
We got them and also our 1 o'clock low, 950.
Thank you. All right, who's going to Aver? Was that 169?
55169.
Number 55169, VFR pressure approach approved, no separation services provided, maintain VFR. And traffic 10 o'clock and 3 miles southwestbound, 2,700 indicated.
And go ahead and give me a left turn heading 300,
Giant 334,
maintain
heavy
2,000
turn,
feet.
left heading 150.
Okay.
Turn left heading 150, Giant 334.
Anchorage departure, Cessna 19377 over, Moose Run 2000. November 19377 departure, welcome, radar contact, maintain VFR. Where you headed to? Oh, maintain VFR, looking to go to the restricted area. So
Yeah, let's go ahead and climb back to
377, roger, restricted area.
2,200, maintain present heading.
Maintain VFR,
Okay.
377.
Feeling pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing a great job on this.
Anchorage approach, Skyhawk A160 Whiskey, requesting DR, and the practice approach to Wasilla with the weather. Number A160 Whiskey, VFR, practice approach approved, no separation services provided, maintain VFR. Traffic, 1 o'clock, 2 miles southbound, the intermittent primary target altitude is unknown. We're looking for the traffic, and we're coming VFR, Skyhawk A160 Whiskey.
Now let's go ahead and we'll maintain 2,200, 300, and let's just slow down to 85 knots.
You still got that target in sight. They're at your 11 o'clock now. That's affirmative. We got them in sight, and we're also inbound on their press 169. 169, thank you. Change to advisory frequencies approved. We'll see you back in a little bit. All right, change approved, 169, thank you. November 8160
Just
Whiskey,
85.
traffic is
Okay.
passing off your right side, no backer.
So,
November 52950, traffic 10 to 11 o'clock and 1 mile southbound, altitude is unknown. We're looking 950. Traffic inside 950. Thank you.
ooh, bumpy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, almost.
November 33490, Anchorage approach, radar contact 3 miles south of Birchwood, 2100. Where you headed to? 490, roger, barrel information, Papa.
And go ahead and give me a left turn heading 210.
Anchorage
Set
approaching
maintain
Kilo, Lake Coast, Romeo,
2,000
barrel,
feet.
Papa, Anchorage altimeter 2925.
And don't worry about the airspeed.
Okay. 2,000 feet, you said?
Yep,
Okay.
210 and 2,000 feet. I do nice gentle turns. So that's pretty steep right there.
Okay.
Giant 334, heavy turn left heading 120. Turn left heading 120, Giant 334.
Okay, let's go ahead and do a left turn heading 120.
Giant 334 heavy, in contact Anchorage center 119.7.
Now the
Have a good
turn,
flight.
nice and gentle. There you go.
119.7, Giant 334, thank you.
Like no more than 20. It's like right where you're on. That's pretty good.
You said 180.
120.
Okay.
Over 33490, roger.
It seems
thank you.
bumpier over here, so I'm gonna see if we go towards the valley a little bit, if it gets like smoother for us.
Well, I think this is not 6 knots of wind, but
Well, I mean that was 6 at the airport surface. Let's do one more left turn heading 060. Yeah, it's climb maintain 2,300.
Okay.
Extra approach, A160 Whiskey, just to verify, I would like to straight in approach to on runway 4 with Salem.
60 Whiskey, roger. November 3349 Sierra, contact Maryland Tower. Yeah, good evening.
And let's get back on that 060. A lot going on, right?
Yeah. Especially with the turbulence. Really helping.
Oh, you're crushing it right now. I was expecting a little more roller coaster, but you're really leveling off on your altitudes right on, and I'm really happy with that. Okay, my controls real quick.
Controls.
So just a quick tip here.
Okay.
So this is our turn coordinator. You see how there's this white mark?
Yeah.
So anytime I'm in a turn, my wings are like that. This is a standard rate turn.
Okay.
In instrument flying, you'll do it all the time when you do your instrument.
Okay.
But all that means is you're doing 3 degrees per second for the turn. So if I'm gonna, whenever you're in foggles, like what you are right now, and you need to do nice gentle control movements, if we want to do a left turn northbound, if we roll over, standard rate turn, feel how nice and gentle this is, and it's just barely more shallow than what you were doing before.
Okay.
This feels nice and controlled right now.
Okay.
Versus if we go over, it's a whole lot harder to maintain what we're shooting for.
Okay.
So just shoot for it. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is getting into more of instrument flying. But since you're under instrument conditions,
Makes sense.
it doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead, your controls.
My controls.
And let's go ahead and do just a right turn to heading 360.
Okay.
There you go. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you have something to aim for, you have a goal. Especially when it's in turbulence, so you're not doing a 45-degree bank turn. There you go. And go ahead and give me a right turn heading 030. Okay, we got 20 knot headwind right now.
Cafe 2082, Heavy's with you 1000, climbing full sail. November 52654, traffic alert, 12 o'clock, 1 mile, southbound, 2,300 indicated. If you do not have them in sight, suggest you turn 30 degrees left.
Traffic sight, 614. My controls.
Cafe 2082, heavy departure, radar contact.
There's a plane real close to us.
00.
Code flight level 200, but Cafe 2082 Heavy.
They were opposite direction, same altitude.
Okay.
And your controls.
My controls.
Your controls. And let's do like 330. This looks good. Feeling good in the foggles?
Yeah.
I think you're doing great for the first time wearing them. Like, they take a little getting used to, but the key is just doing your scan in gentle corrections. If you're too jerky with it, you're gonna cause more problems than what you solve. Let's go ahead and set down to 1,600.
Okay.
Verify that was 12138. Number 12138, squawk 0121.
And let's go ahead and do a left one. Actually, let's do a right 180-degree turn to like 150 roughly.
I have to descend to 1,600. So.
Yep. Okay.
November 12138, radar contact 4 miles southwest of Goose Bay, 2,400. Wait, good information, Romeo. Cathay 2082, heavy clear direct Bravo, Golf, Quebec.
Correct, Bravo, Golf, Quebec. Cathay 2082, heavy 9.
And let's go ahead and climb back up to 2,300, maintain heading 150, and let's climb at 85 knots.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I was looking over, I was like, oh, it's getting a little
November
dark.
12138, traffic 12 to 1 o'clock in a mile, just popped up northwestbound. Intermittent primary target, altitude is unknown.
Until how much?
2,300.
Okay.
November 529050, traffic 2 o'clock and 2 miles, maneuvering Cessna 2000.
950, we got him.
52654, traffic 10 to 9 o'clock, 2 miles, southbound Cessna 2400, has you in sight.
Look, it's a report.
November 12138, traffic no factor, contact Lakewood Tower, have a good night.
And go ahead and give me a right turn heading westbound.
Cathay 2082, heavy contact anchorage center 133.7.
1337, Cathay 2082, heavy, we'll see you.
Traffic site, climb forward.
Thank you.
Thanks, approach, number 55169, back with you, headed back now.
Number 55169, roger, radar contact 3 miles south of Wafdola, 2200, maintain VFR, Papa current for Merrill.
Maintain VFR, 169.
November 52950, traffic east 3 miles westbound. Primary target altitude is unknown. It's about a mile and a half on the other side of Goose
And
Bay.
let's go ahead and
950.
maintain present heading. Let's descend down to 1,500 feet. And let's maintain 85
November
knots.
52654, traffic
Okay.
9 o'clock, 3 miles northbound. Primary target altitude is unknown.
Looking 654.
How much airspeed?
85.
Okay.
Yeah, so nice, relatively slow descent. And give me a right turn heading 330. We can do 95. Don't worry about the airspeed as much. It's bumpy.
Yeah.
All right, and my controls.
Good controls.
Go ahead and go visual.
Okay.
Nice job.
Thank you.
We are going to try to do some ground reference maneuvers for the first time because we've never done them before. So, ground reference maneuvers, they're a fixed power maneuver. And in this case, there's two types of ground reference maneuvers that we'll be going through in your private pilot. There are turns around a point, and there are S-turns. We are going to do turns around a point, which is just making a circle around a specific point, which is the turn around the point, right? Whenever we do it, it's going to be a fixed power maneuver. So we're going to set it for about 2,000-ish RPM. And they need to be done between 600 and 1,000 feet AGL. We're about 200 feet above sea level over here. So we're going to be around 1,200 feet because that'd be about 1,000 feet AGL. So that gives us the most buffer, pretty much.
Again.
And in general, between 85 and like 95 knots will be what the airspeed's supposed to be. So get us to 1,200.
Skyhawk 52950, headed back to Merrill with Papa.
Yeah, reach across you here so I can actually see. This plane's RPM's a little different, so I think we might keep it a little higher this time. So, like I said, constant air, power maneuver. Got our airspeed here, and you always want to enter the maneuver in the downwind. So we're going to use the corner of this field right here.
2 miles west of Westella, 2,000 feet, heading to Big Lake VOR. 8160 Whiskey Yankee.
About 2,100 RPM seems to be a nice spot. And we want to maintain a constant distance the whole way around the circle. So depending on what the wind's doing, we're going to adjust our bank accordingly. So right now we have a 15 knot headwind, tailwind, because we're going faster. So if you have a tailwind, if your ground speed is higher than your indicated speed, you got to do a steeper turn.
Okay.
Because the wind's blowing us away right now.
Number 52950, contact Merrill Tower, Sam.
There's a little...
Tower, Sam, 950.
And that is a lot of wind, so this is going to take some practice here. So we're maintaining. We still have our point on the corner of the field.
2,200, we've got traffic in sight.
Then, as we're turning, look at our ground speed. Now it's slower than indicated, so now we have a headwind. When we have a headwind, we decrease our angle of bank because the wind's not pushing us as far now.
Okay.
So our speed's slower. So we're decreasing our bank. Right now, this is an exaggerated example here because the wind blew us pretty good on that first loop around. So this first pass, you're just getting used to what the wind's doing. You want to enter the maneuver in the downwind. We determine the downwind is exactly the opposite direction. So now we have power set. This seems real nice. Maybe we're on a tad slow just because there's turbulence. about 2,200 RPM in this plane. In general, 2,000 in the other planes is usually good. So now, as we're starting to turn here, watch our ground speed.
Anchor departure number 424.
That's starting to
Echo, mid-channel
increase.
2,200. We've
So
got
we're
traffic in sight.
maintaining our bank. When our ground speed is at its highest amount, that should be our steepest amount of bank. So we are shifting, the wind's coming over, so we're about to be in the downwind here. And you can even feel it with your eyes outside in the plane too. It's like, okay.
109986 heavy, turn right.
Now we have a good
Right turn,
15 knots here. And we never want to exceed 30 degrees of bank. So pretty much what we have now, this is the most we want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, see, we're doing this with 18 knots of wind right now. So we're going to be steepest here because the wind's pushing us. So we got to turn the wind the most so it doesn't push us as much. And here we go. Now the wind's going to start shifting. As it shifts, we're slowly letting that turn out. Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Your controls?
My controls.
Your controls. So we're just keep maintaining what we were doing there.
Jan 8986 heavy, contact Cambridge Center 100.7.
197, Giant 8986 heavy, take care. Approach 169, we got pop-up from Al.
Who's this? I'm sorry.
Main approach 55169, we have pop-up from Al.
55169, thanks.
Next approach, Dog A160 Whiskey, requesting the practice your own 7 approach into Big Lake. Traffic inside 169.
424 Pop Echo traffic, you're 1 o'clock, 2 miles southwest, bound Cessna 2000 heavy in sight.
Hey, we've got that traffic inside as well, 44 Pop Echo.
Number 8160 Whiskey traffic, you're 11 o'clock, 3 miles northbound, Cessna 2000.
Negative contact, 6 Whiskey.
Number 959 Uniform Alpha traffic, you're 2 o'clock, 3 miles southwest bound 2000 Cessna.
Scanning for that traffic, 959 Uniform Alpha.
Next approach, Dog A160 Whiskey, requesting the practice your 7 approach into Big Lake, we have the weather.
8160 Whiskey Rider, first request to let me know when you're inbound.
Let's just traffic when we're inbound, Dog A160 Whiskey.
8160 Whiskey, the traffic stops, you're 12 o'clock, 2 miles northbound 2000.
Traffic inside 959 Uniform Alpha.
And you're following thanks, maintain observation on that traffic. They're doing the approach to Big Lake. Number 8160 Whiskey traffic, as you say, maintain vision.
Traffic inside, 6 Whiskey.
Sierra Whiskey maintain observation from that as well.
All right, you see how we're over what we want to be on right now?
169
Yeah.
Tower.
So that's what this top half was great.
Over to Mail Tower, 169.
Right in here, with how much wind we have,
Next approach is 44
you
Pop
got
Echo.
decrease the bank.
On that 4 in a whistle, and we've got
Because
weather.
otherwise we just turn
44
directly
Papa
into
Echo,
it. So right
let me
now
know
we're
when
in the steepest part,
I will
so
let you
keep
know in
hitting
about
this
44
bank
Papa Echo.
in. And a lot of what I'm telling you, that's like the fundamentals of how it works behind. The other thing is make sure our eyes are outside still.
Okay.
Say, oh, like it seems like we're getting too close to that point, or we're getting too low here. So let's go ahead and do a little more back pressure. And now here, let's go ahead and let this turn out some. So then we can get back to a good amount of space from the corner here.
Okay.
So all that happened there is you kept the turn in too tight, and then we cut that corner. But the top half of this turn, this was great. Then just the second half, we got a decrease. So yeah, I would even fly out a little bit because we want to be at we want to make a circle around the corner of the field. Right?
Okay.
Approach 424 Papa Echo has traffic 9 o'clock in sight. 3 o'clock.
424 Papa Echo, Roger.
Alright, just keep this turn in because the wind's going to be blowing us. So all we're trying to do is make a circle around the corner. With how windy is, it's you can see here with the wind corrections, it's not very forgiving.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And then the wind's not blowing us as much anymore, so we're going to decrease that bank angle a little bit.
Flight 2654 traffic here, 12 o'clock, 2 miles southbound on 299.
Looking 654.
Express is on 959 for Raffle. Request the Big Lake RNF7 practice approach.
959 uniform Alpha, roger. Traffic to the north of you, 2 miles southwestbound 2,100. The one from earlier. They're also doing an approach.
And let's get back up to 1,200 feet, so we've descended quite a bit, right?
Approach or the RNF7 approach?
60 Whiskey. Which one were you doing again?
We're on the VR117 and Big Lake Skyhawk A160 Whiskey.
And uniform, you Captain?
Yeah, roger, sir. We're cleared for the RNF7 approach.
Affirmative. Just report inbound.
Report established inbound 959 uniform Alpha.
You guys seem to be doing approaches next to each other to try to keep each other in sight.
Yeah, man, as that decreases, let's roll this out a little bit, because we're turning a little more on this side, and you can see we're kind of getting pushed.
Mhm.
So like we're kind of consistent over here, but we're kind of letting it get away from us on the windiest section, which is making sense because we're drifting down there.
Number 424, pop back and traffic here, 12 o'clock, 3 miles westbound on Tidon now. You're clear to the approach, maintain VFR. Frequency change approved.
All right, we've got traffic in sight, maintaining VFR, frequency change approved, 424 pop echo. And
There he goes. Is this making sense to you? Feeling good?
Yeah.
It takes some getting used to. I'm glad there's a lot of wind right now, because other times whenever I teach it with no wind, you just do a circle and you go, oh, well, this is easy. You just want me to do a circle. because you don't have to do the wind
Thanks,
corrections.
Burke.
You're
I'll
learning
go to rear,
with
that was
a
inbound VOR,
18 knot wind, which is
It was
very
the
hard
KO
to do.
for the approach
So
maintain
next time
VFR,
whenever we do
and,
this
frequency
and
change
there's
approved,
no
let me
wind,
know
you're gonna
we're
go,
just
oh
call
well, this
back
is
when I
way easier. So
Clear for
now
0,
let's do the
0,
same thing,
big
but
wave,
in
let
the
know on the way back.
on the
Hey,
right
Joe,
side now.
maintain VFR.
Okay, so
So just fly this straight out for a second,
okay.
and then we'll turn right in, and then we'll just be doing loops. Well, let's use the same point because that's an easy one to identify.
Anchorage departure, net 801 Heavy's passing 1,000 for 4,000.
Net 801, have departure rate of contact, maintain flight level 200.
200, net 801.
And now let's go ahead and give me a right turn. We'll do some in the other direction before we head back.
Approach 424 Papa Echo real quick. That traffic that was near us, they're staying altitude. That's us.
4 Papa Echo, thanks.
Swapping back to you, Oscilla frequency 44 Papa Echo.
Okay. So this corner.
Yep. Oops, sorry. Yep, this corner right here.
Okay.
We can get, yeah, like right in here looks good. So we're wings level for now. And then as soon as we cross it, we want to be entering the downwind, which we are. So right in here, let's go ahead and start rolling into the turn because the wind's pushing us away from the bend right now. It's all coming right at us. It's pushing us away. That's why we're doing the steeper bank so it doesn't push us. Alright. Now you can see it shifts to a headwind, so it's not really doing much for us now. So if we didn't decrease the bank, then we'd cut in too closely. There you go, this is looking real good. Then start to shallow this out still. Because once with this shifts to that tailwind again, it's going to push us too close. So this way
Okay.
we're kind of giving ourselves a little space. Seems like you're better on the right side.
Well, I don't know. Maybe more space.
No, these are real good right now.
Anchorage departure to 959 from Alpha, established inbound the Big Lake RNAS 7.
Usually it's the opposite where it's like your close side's good.
Net 801, turn right heading correction, turn left heading 180, contact departure 126.4.
Well, it makes more
364,
sense in this side. This side.
Yeah, I think with the way we're set up with the wind, it's a little easier to conceptualize.
1600 for 4,000. Anchorage 9.
Plus 45, departure radar contact, climb maintain flight level 200.
Climb maintain flight level 200, Alaska 45.
Number 959, for be clear for the approach, change of visor frequency approved.
Advisory frequency approved 9 for level.
And we'll roll out on a heading of 060. And upon rolling out to 060, let's climb up to 2,300 at 76 knots. I'll show you what those look like on the radar whenever we get back, but those were good.
That's 45, proceed direct experiment.
Okay, direct experiment for Alaska 45.
Anchorage approach, Skyhawk A160 Whiskey, 1 mile west of Big Lake Airport, 2,000 feet, heading to VOR.
Skyhawk A160 Whiskey, approach radar contact, traffic 212 o'clock, 3 miles opposite direction. It says them from earlier, they're in their approach.
Traffic side 60 Whiskey.
0 Whiskey, roger, that's 25, I think 2,500? Sorry, they're at 2,000.
0.
And upon reaching 2,300, let's go ahead and listen to the weather.
32.-6, altimeter 2924. Visual approach news, runway 252316. No estimations, reback hold short instructions. Delivery distance not report. Badge contact, yep, Papa. Affirmation, Papa, 025.
45, contact Anchorage Center 123.9.
5 is 10.
2391, 45.
2.-6, altimeter 2924. Visual approach news, runway 252316. No estimations, reback hold short instructions. Delivery distance not report. Badge contact, yep, Papa. Affirmation Papa, 02530, observation, wind 0105, visibility 10, sailing 12000, broken, temperature 3, 2.-6, altimeter 2924. Visual approach news, runway 252316, no estimations, reback hold short instructions, delivery distance not report, badge contact, yep, Papa.
You get the wind. 15005.
02530, observation, wind 0105, visibility 10,
Yep,
sailing
nice job.
12000, broken.
We have Papa. Now go ahead and give me a right turn to the south. And you're going to make a call to approach. It's going to be Anchorage approach, Skyhawk 52654, returning to Merrill with Papa.
Okay.
Approach last 177, 1,500 from 4,000.
That's 177, Anchorage departure radar contact, climbing team flight level 200.
20137.
You can practice it first if you
Oh
want.
yeah. Anchorage approach, Skyhawk number 52654, returning to Merrill
That's
with Papa.
177, flight heading of 260, contact
Sounds
departure
good.
126.4.
260, 264, 137.
Anchorage approach Skyhawk November 52654, returning to Merrill with Papa.
On approach again.
654, return to Merrill with Papa.
And number 52654, you said return to the Merrill.
Hey, affirmative, returning to Merrill, we have Papa.
Thanks.
Nice job. It probably came in broken, or he's listening and talking on multiple frequencies, so he's a very busy guy.
Oh, yeah. I said Merrill a couple of times, so maybe.
I mean, we might have gotten stepped on. There's a whole list that could have been, so.
Well, we have like
Anchorage
25
departure,
knots
Cessna 604 Tango Tango,
of tailwind.
west
So
of Merrill, 2.5 miles.
Yeah, about 30.
604 Tango Tango, verify 2300, radar contact.
2,300.
We were fighting it that whole way. Nice job. Those turns are on a point on the right-hand side. Like I said, I want to look on the flight radar. They felt pretty good. And what are these next radio calls going to be?
um,
The
45 contact, Cessna 123.9.
approach is going to hand us off.
2 tower.
Yep. So the
45 yet?
first call is going to be
Yeah, go ahead for Alaska 45, sorry about that.
over to tower
123.9.
654.
Copy, 123.9 for Alaska 45.
We see like a slight left turn, like 170.
Anchorage approach, number 424 Pop Echo, we're on the mist.
424 Pop Echo, radar contact, west of Westall.
And let's do like 10 more degrees. I think that's a plane. It's hard to tell where they are.
Picture 4 Tango Tango traffic, 1 o'clock, 3 miles southbound, Cessna 2400.
Visual with that traffic, 4 Tango Tango.
52654, traffic 1 o'clock, 3 miles northbound, 2300, Cessna has you inside.
Inside 654.
654, contact Merrill Tower, yeah, go on.
Over to tower 654.
So this call here is just going to be Merrill Tower, Skyhawk 52654. Inbound, full stop. They know where we are, and they know we have Papa already.
So it's gonna be Skyhawk November, Merrill Tower, Skyhawk November 52654, inbound, full stop.
Full stop. Yep.
I go right now, or
Yeah, but as long as you don't hear anyone.
Merrill Tower, Skyhawk November 52654, inbound, full stop.
Sky 52654, Merrill Tower, enter right downwind 25, report Ship Creek.
Right downwind 25, report Ship Creek 654.
Tower 654, can we get altitude deviation?
Sky 654, deviation approved.
Deviation approved, 654, thanks. Cool, now we can go, since we got the deviation approved, we can go between 600 and 2,000 feet. So let's go ahead and start our descent down. And let's point for the mouth of Ship Creek.
turn
So
right,
slight
Fox,
left turn.
Fox to ground, 950.
Looks good. Remember, all that wind that was just blowing behind us is going to be blowing us over.
Sky 654, runway 25, clear land.
Clear to land 25654.
Nova.
Not a lot of people flying. Alright, let's try to slow down to about 90 knots here. And we can keep the descent in, so we just have to pull a little more power.
$90 knots.
Looks good. We can just keep this descent going. That wind's really pushing us. So we really got to pay attention to those wind corrections. There's 90, so keep pushing the nose down. Because we want to be at pattern altitude,
Okay.
which is 900 feet. But let's keep descending like this. This looks real good. Alright, we're going to start our before landing checklist a little bit early. So do you
Okay.
remember the Florida door?
So yeah, it's full selector on both.
Yep.
And trim set.
Yeah, you don't, it's set, but we don't
Yeah.
really need to worry about that.
Okay, then it's mixture, throttle. I mean,
Yep.
as
Nope.
needed.
Nope. Rich mixture full rich.
Oh, mixture full rich.
Throttle as needed.
And carbo heat, heat. I mean, in. So.
Yep.
And all the lights.
Landing and strobe are the big ones.
Okay. And then flap.
Yep. So let's go ahead and pitch this
For
85, and then we'll do flaps 10.
flaps 10.
And then we'll push that nose down because those flaps make us want to climb, right? Because look how we just lost 15 knots of airspeed. So keep pushing this nose down
Okay.
because we want to descend anyway. Pull a tiny bit of power back, like 1700. There we go. Now we want to keep this descent going. We want to be 85, 75, 65 for our
Okay.
airspeed. We got our clearance to land, so we can go ahead and start to turn base. Keep this descending. Let's do flaps 20.
Flaps 20.
Yep, we'll just keep pushing this nose down. And just level off, find the runway. There it is. Keep it in. And flaps 30.
30. Okay.
And we're high, so let's go power back to idle.
Idle.
You can really feel all that wind's pushing us. Look at that crosswind there. So crosswind landing here. Oh, we're gonna be way high. Yeah, slip us down. So we're gonna do ailerons into the wind, so it's blowing us, and then we're gonna do left rudder to keep us straight here.
Okay.
So we're just fighting that out.
Sky 654, turn right, echo, contact run.
Echo to ground, 654. Okay, that's fairly windy, so that wasn't a very good example one for you, but let's get clear of the runway. Okay. Let's do that after landing checklist.
So, sorry. After line checklist, it's gonna be flaps up,
Rail Tower, Sky 54903, holding short 25.
landing lights off, and strobe off. Okay, and landing after landing checklist completed.
Cool. And switch us over to ground.
Broken temperature, 2.924.
Okay.
So the wind's coming, so all we were doing there on the landing was ailerons into the wind to keep us on center line, And then when we do that, the plane wants to roll some. So then we do a little left rudder to keep us straight.
Like to cancel the ailerons to the.
Yep. And that will keep you straight.
Okay.
So that's all I was doing there. When we do more pattern work, you'll see a better example. But for that, it's kind of like we're still working on aircraft control. So that's why I landed.
Okay. Well, I understand. So, I contact ground?
Yep.
Okay.
Clear 25 at Echo. You can practice it once.
Okay, yeah. And then it's gotta be taxi to Wings of Freedom via Alpha. So I was gonna say Meadow Ground Skyhawk November 52654, clear runway 25, request taxi back to Wings of Freedom.
Yep, clear 25 at Echo.
Okay. Okay. Meadow Ground Skyhawk November 52654, clear runway 25 at Echo, request taxi back to Wings of Freedom.
This is 52654, Mel Ground, taxi Park via Alpha.
Taxi to Wings of Freedom via Alpha. Skyhawk November 52654.
Alright.
Okay.
And we know the wind's blowing over, so we'll do correction into the wind.
Finally, I can see the taxi line.
Yeah, if we had all that snow before. Alright, my controls.
Your controls.
My controls. And we'll go to the 4 spot. Maybe it'll be a little less windy. Alright.
Okay, so shutdown checklist. So transponder standby and VFR and avionics power off. Well, yeah, avionics power off.
Two, so
Okay,
there you go.
just keep going.
Yep, so go ahead and
Yep.
turn the panel light off.
Okay, electrical equipment off. So nav light and taxi light and mixer and well, first.
Oh yeah, so well, before we, I just wanted to show you, so just so we're 100% up for the systems and everything here, so the trim, whenever it's too, like even if you have it level, sometimes you might need a little bit more. So in this case, you had it like right here on takeoff, and then when we were taking the controls, we were still fighting the plane quite a bit, right?
So in this case.
So in this case, you need to do nose down trim, because the plane wants to climb quite a bit. So whenever we're flying, if you do that nose down trim, then it will be less pressure, because it's going to be nose down. So it relieves the controls.
Okay.
So whenever you're doing that, that's all you got to do. And then we've talked about the radios before, but for the comm volumes, do you remember all those?
For the volume, so this is so This is how I hear myself, I believe, and this is how they hear me.
Not quite.
Okay.
So this is how sensitive it is. So just
Okay,
don't say
okay,
anything for a second. Okay, you can't hear it this time. This is the squelch.
Okay.
It's how sensitive. So if we take off and you hear a bunch of white noise, all you have to do is turn the squelch down some, and then this is how loud you hear
Okay.
me and yourself.
Okay, understood.
So, okay, now go ahead. We'll do avionics off.
Yeah.